The 17th edition of the Safaricom Lewa Marathon will be held on the 25th of June. 12 communities with 50,000 people neighboring the expansive conservancy, and as Warote Kiru reports, the community is the first line of defense for conservation efforts at the Lewa Conservancy, and in return, it benefits greatly.
With the dawn of a new day at the Lewa Conservancy, the date of the 2016 Safaricom Lewa Marathon draws ever so closer. The Lewa Conservancy is an expansive 62,000 acres, and there are 12 communities neighboring the conservancy with a total population of 50,000 people. With every step taken and every drop of sweat shed by the runners, money is raised, and more importantly, lives are transformed.
One beautiful thing about the marathon is no longer in the calendars of the communities, but it's in the hearts of the communities, because they know every time they sweat running, they sweat for their development.
Mama Ayub lives in Manyangalo village, an hour's drive from Lewa Conservancy and several hours away from Isiolo town. Through the Lewa Clinic, built and run from proceeds of the Safaricom Lewa Marathon, 3-month-old Ayub and his 2 older siblings can access healthcare closer home and at subsidized rates.
A few months ago, we had a massive screening for women, whereby we screened about 174 women. And during that campaign, we were able to identify about 16 women who had precancerous lesions. And these women were referred to for other services. And luckily enough, we are able to save these women from advanced cancer.
Josephine Elekurut, who has lived in one of the villages surrounding the Lewa Conservancy for over a decade, waters her crop and by extension, her dream of a better life. Through the Safaricom Lewa Marathon Fund, 13 water projects uplifting the lives of 23,000 people have been initiated. The water is both for domestic use as well as agricultural use. For Josephine and her neighbor Marisa, the impact of the marathon is personal.
Kama hakuna maji, utakula utalima hapa?
Nisaidia sana sababu mboga ninapata ya kukula nyumbani. Saa zingine ninauza kitunguu pia, unaona ninafanya kabiashara kidogo hivyo.
Women empowerment in the 12 villages surrounding the Lewa Conservancy has also been given a boost by proceeds from the marathon kitty. From 30 women 7 years ago, a total of 1,800 women are now part of the Lewa Women's Microcredit Program.
Tunapewa na Lewa loans ambayo tunaendelesha nayo biashara zetu na vilimo. Tunafuga kuku, kondoo na hata ng'ombe. Kwa hizo pesa,
baada ya miaka moja unarudisha kitu kidogo kidogo paka unamaliza.
The Lewa Education Program is at the heart of the Safaricom Lewa Marathon Community Development Programs. 2015 saw 21 schools supported with over 7,500 students enrolled and 75 teachers employed. Close to 400 bursaries and scholarships were awarded to students based on need and academic potential.
Martin Kimaita, who's also one of our students, through primary schools, through high school, through Kenya Methodist University, graduated with a bachelor's in IT, and now is working as a communication specialist with Northern Rangeland Trust.
This is what running for a good cause actually means. The students having a chance at life, a chance at an education.
The Lewa Wildlife Conservancy is an award-winning catalyst and model for conservation. It is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it boasts of a huge number of wildlife.
We have been able to conserve and to protect at least 12% of the black rhinos that we have in the entire country. We have also been able to protect up to 14% of the white rhino population that we have got in the country.
We are not really talking of having firearms to stop poaching, having, all these kind of technologies and everything to stop poaching. But the main thing that Lewa have really succeeded, stopping all this poaching and issues like that, is just to bring communities on board. So our communities which are around Lewa, they are really benefiting a lot from Lewa. So that is our first defense line.
Kilimani was a classic example where we had a lot of poaching, but coming through the LMD land into Lewa, and walked into a school called Kilimani that had barely any resources. And we've been able to do 12 classes, girls' dormitory, a fence to keep off the camels in the compound and the goats, but also a common entrance into the school. And the interesting thing that came out of this is that the elders came back and said, you know what, we embrace conservation.
Children in school, and we give them deworming, we treat minor illnesses, and also we do screening of their visual acuity. This is to empower even the children to understand the importance of conservancy.
As Kenya battles the scourge of poaching and the spectre of human-wildlife conflicts, LEWA seemingly has figured out the formula that sees the communities and wildlife coexist and thrive.
The communities around here have embraced conservancy and are acting as a first line of defense, a model that other conservancies and other national parks in Kenya can adapt and flourish. Warote Kiru reporting for NTV in LEWA Conservancy.